Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to feel like the man is really the prize. I don't know why.
Ew, girl, no.
I'm starting to feel like men are really the prize because
if you haven't experienced men in a great way or haven't seen any great examples in your life, I get why you don't see their value. But I don't feel as if it should mean that just because the men are being viewed as the prize that a woman isn't, they're not a prize to your detriment. That's not what I'm getting at. A man that loves you and that is great to you, he adds value to your life. He protects you. Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl, Kaelyn Ryan, and I'm back again with another video. As you can already tell by the title of this video, I am discussing a topic that has been discussed beyond, repeatedly, relentlessly. And although it may seem exhausting that this topic is still being discussed, I do feel like it's absolutely necessary and timely. I feel like this topic is needed because men, although there are a lot of strange, weird, undeserving, angry, bad men out there, there are just as many bad, strange, weird, mean, cruel, lazy women. Before this video continues, I want to preface this with letting you guys know my stance. I feel that men are needed. I do feel that men aren't being viewed in the light that they should. There are some awesome men out there, okay? So without further ado, let's listen to this lady and see what her thoughts are on the topic.
like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to feel like the man is really the prize. I don't know why. I'm starting to feel like men are really the prize because literally as a woman, we have to wait on the man for everything. We have to wait on the man. We can date whoever we want, but we can't marry who we want.
Who benefits the most from marriage?
But the man, we're not talking about benefiting marriage. I mean, stepping into the marriage, you have to wait for the man to ask you to marry him.
No, you don't. My mom
You have to ask. Realistically speaking, you have to ask them. You have to wait for the man to ask you to marry him. You have to wait for the man to ask you to be his girlfriend. You have to wait for the man to ask you out on a date. All these kind of things we're waiting on a man to do. Like literally.
How about you have multiple so you're not waiting on nobody?
How about you have multiple so you don't wait on anybody? That doesn't sound satisfying and fulfilling in the long run.
Even when the ones that you really want, they don't want you.
What?
The ones that really want.
Who are you speaking for?
It's the truth. Most women here, they're dating a lot of guys. Yeah, but they have that one guy that they want who don't want them. They're dating all these other guys on the side because they're trying to distract themselves.
Oh God, I would be
so
depressed.
they are not catching so much feelings for the main guy that they really want. But realistically speaking, they want that one guy who was taking forever to claim them.
That's not how it is.
Yes,
So she made a few points that I agree with. Just because the pendulum of power is in the man's hand doesn't mean that he should abuse that. Yes, it's within the man's power to ask you to be his wife, to propose and get down on one knee. Shouldn't be abused though. It shouldn't be a man holding that like a carrot over your head, like, oh, I hold the keys to this, so you must be or deal with or put up with all these, you know, terrible things. They're not a prize to your detriment. That's not what I'm getting at. A man that loves you and that is great to you, he adds value to your life. He protects you. The Bible sees a man as the head of the household when you marry him. The Bible also calls for a man and a woman to submit to each other. So yes, a woman is to submit to her husband, but it's also said that a man is to die for his wife as Christ has done for the church. So both of us are prizes. Both of us are. But I can only speak from my standpoint that as a woman who only desires men and only will want men, yeah, a man is absolutely necessary. A man is absolutely someone that adds value and that will add value in my life when I do get married very soon. No, I don't know him yet, but I'm getting married very soon. So with that being said, I'm just saying that I can't sit here as ladies and act as if we are just the only ones that add benefits to a relationship. We do a lot. I'm not knocking my value and what I will be bringing to my husband. I know what I am. And yes, to him, I should be his prize. But men are a great prize. They are. And I don't feel like it has to be mutually exclusive. I don't feel as if it should mean that just because the men are being viewed as the prize that a woman isn't. Let's just separate them and isolate the statements. Both are. But the problem is, and the reason why this conversation keeps happening is because a lot of women, because they've been scorned, because they've been hurt, because they're damaged, because there's a lot that they have experienced, probably at the hands of men, unfortunately, whether it was their fault or not, it has sullied their view on men overall. And now they're potentially gonna be heading down this path of being with multiple, juggling multiple men at one time, getting what you can from him, getting a little bit from him, and then really kicking it with him. There's this whole game and this charade that they now have to play because they don't see the value in a man, and because they feel as if not truly giving of themselves to one man allows for them to keep the power, because they're using men before they get used. And I feel like a lot of this is trauma response. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of this is a trauma response, because if you haven't experienced men in a great way or haven't seen any great examples in your life, I get why you don't see their value. I'm not mad at that. I get it. I get it. And that's unfortunate. So yeah, I'm not judging the woman and how they arrived to it, but I do want us to challenge our thinking and really look down the pipeline and think, okay, yeah, you're in your 20s, you're able to cut up like this. You're in your 30s, you still feel like you have time to cut up like this. You're in your 40s and you still feel as if the man's value is, you know, and he needs to be X, Y, and Z, or you want to give him the time of day because you don't need a man. Because a few celebrities have had their babies in older age, you feel as if you'll figure it out then. But unfortunately, there's a lot of women that have aged out of having children who regret it, who felt they were the prize or their career was the prize at the moment. So they spent time chasing that instead of allowing for their heart to bond with someone else that they can grow with. Now they're at an age where the world may view them as less desirable or having less value, and now they're realizing that they wish that they prioritize men, family, and those values more than themselves, their independence, and their career. You can have 6 degrees on the wall, an MS, a BA, a master's in this, an associate's in that, a certificate of completion for this. Cool, proud of you, that's awesome. But where's your legacy? Legacy comes from not only what you do and your good works on this earth, it comes from the family that you create. And if you're not able to create a family on your own, the natural way, you can adopt, surrogacy, you can do many things, but family is a legacy, and family is built by recognizing the necessity of a man in that dynamic. A man brings structure, a husband brings value, a husband brings protection, a husband brings provision. He provides, he protects, and he pursues. That's what a man is to do. And we're to nurture, to keep, to help, to support, and to chase our dreams as well, and to nurture our children. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel as if I'm happy that this girl said it in a room full of people that may have not agreed with her, because that would have been me in that room. Yeah. And lastly, to her point saying that a lot of women are messing with multiple because the one that they truly desired doesn't want them or hasn't gotten himself together, so now they're pacifying and letting time go by with messing with others to make themselves feel better.
The ones that you really want, they don't want you.
What?
The ones that really want,
who are you speaking for?
it's the truth. Most women here, they're dating a lot of guys. Yeah, but they have that one guy that they want who don't want them. They're dating all these other guys on the side because they're trying to distract themselves.
Oh God, I would be
so
depressed.
they are not catching so much feelings for the main guy that they really want. But realistically speaking, they want that one guy who was taking forever to claim them.
That's not how it is.
Yes, which am
So
I?
basically,
I feel like there's some truth to that. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there's some truth to that. Women creating this narrative that they have all the power, that they can propose to men, that they can do this, they can do that. You can do whatever you want. You can. But men in their innate nature and they're designed by Jesus Christ and God is to pursue. So when you take that from them and you pursue them and you get down on bended knee, I'm not saying that you're headed straight towards divorce so that you guys won't make it down the aisle. You guys could very well work out, but in its original plan and in God's original nature for men, that's not how it's supposed to go. But just to shut down all the, oh, she's just siding with men because we'll shut all that down. The Bible says that he who finds a wife finds a good thing. And a man who finds a wife finds favor with God. And when a man is not good to his wife, his prayers aren't answered. All these scriptures in the Bible. A man finding a wife elevates him, enriches him, makes his days on this earth longer, beautifies his life. We are necessary. I am not saying these points about the men to negate our value as women. I'm just saying men are needed, point blank. I'm just saying that men are needed, men are valued. I can wait because it's a little scary to think of forever, but I can't wait for my husband. He is needed, he is valued, and I don't even know who he is yet. And I feel like when women rest in their femininity more and put down this hyper masculine energy that this world, that culture, that music has presented and offered as a means to not heal, not figure out what's going on, not heal that trauma, not forgive, culture's response is, F them, you're the prize queen, do what you want to do. Okay. But when you're 57 and you haven't had children, if that's a desire of yours, or you haven't really built a family with a man or companionship, some would say that you waited too long because you were too busy feeling as if men weren't valuable. And I just would hate for a lot of us to look up one day and realize that all this independence, this independence, that they need us, we're the prize, will cause for us to miss out on an amazing life with a man. And vice versa for men who feel as if women aren't needed and that they're the prize. You're gonna age out of the system and miss out on a lot of beautiful, wonderful women along your path because you wanna be Mr. Player, you wanna be Mr. I have them all, I got all the numbers, I got this, okay? And you're gonna be 70, still at them same lounges, them same bars, with the same pickup line, trying to find a wife. And not saying you can't find one, but I'm sure you passed up on a few wonderful women along the way, but you were too busy playing and not recognizing their value. So on both sides, we just gotta do better. Don't let the bad apples spoil the whole bunch. There are some terrible men out there and there are some terrible women out there as well. But for the good ones on either side, we deserve to find each other, okay? And that comes with not cutting each other down and repeatedly saying and professing boldly that men are needed and that women are needed. Because we got enough people saying that men ain't and women ain't. Like, we got enough of that. I love men. I see men's value. It just is what it is, okay? Thank you guys for watching. That about wraps up this video. I'm curious you guys' thoughts in the comments. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you agree with her, if you agree with me, if you disagree with both of us. That's cool. I ain't mad. I ain't mad. I ain't mad. But I can't wait to value my husband in the future and be valued by him because we're both the prize and we're gonna treat each other as such because God calls us to serve each other. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. I've been your girl, Kaelyn Ryan, and I'll see you next time.